I never thought that I'd have a best friend that's 10 years older than me. From day one, the person who was there for me through thick and thin is my older brother Hansi. Him being the only child for 13 years, up until I was born, he was finally happy that he had a little brother coming his way. My mom and father wasn't around as much to take care of me, so he took a lot of responsibility to take care of me the best he could. The second I was on this earth, he taught me everything he knew from A through Z. I could keep going on about what the things I admire about my brother, but I'm pretty sure the subject will get a little dull if I do. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit and go into another perspective of all the horrible things that he did to me when I was growing up. First off, growing up, in my perspective, I was always treated like a king, and my brother was basically my little slave. Yes, my older brother, my little slave. Doesn't that sound good? But anyways, I always whined and cried until I got things my way, and it usually always goes my way. And there was this one incident though, that I was just being annoying all day, just bouncing off all the walls, screaming in my squeaky voice, yelling milk, milk, milk. You know how that sound goes. And it really gets really annoying. And my brother finally lost his temper, and he poured me a bottle of milk and chucked it at my face. And from this day and on, I have that scar on my face. But that didn't really resolve the problem. And yes, the second that happened, he got whipped by my mom. It finally got to a point where I can speak, listen, and talk. I really regret ever whining, because at that age, it was time for me to be his slave. Now he made me his personal slave. He made me get his drinks, TV controller when it's like 5 feet away from him. He made me clean up his garbage. He made me walk to 7-Eleven to get him a hot dog or something. And the list just keeps going on. Second, I remember my first time trying to ride my bike without any training wheels. And guess what? My brother was my personal trainer. Of course this didn't turn out the way I wanted, but he kept pushing me until I learned, and he kept pushing me until I cried. And I was always running home but hurt, crying, with a lot of bumps and bruises. And even though I could have learned an easier way, it's just what older brothers are for. Last, I remember when my brother was sneaking out at the time, and I was probably like 9 years old, and he always forced me to sleep in his bedroom so my parents wouldn't find out that he was missing. So out these nights, I was always scared, because at this age, I was always scared of the dark. And when I was scared of the dark, I frequently always needed to go to the bathroom. And that being said, I couldn't go to the bathroom because my brother was scared that he would get caught up by my mom and dad. So his suggestion to me was to let my ones into a bottle of water, which didn't go according to plan. And in the end, I really admire what he has done for me, from thick through thin, from changing my diapers to keeping me in check throughout my childhood. And I learned from this speech a lot. And even though we slaved around each other when we were younger, we finally find a spot now in life that we are equal and as friends.